I'd like to give you just a little bit of background about the lost sheep and the lost coin. The Jewish people at the time were expected to follow all kinds of rules and laws and traditions in hopes of winning God's approval. There was no grace. People were taught that they had to measure up to be acceptable to God. The leaders were horrified when Jesus rejected many of these made-up rules, and they were appalled when he talked with sinners and even ate with them. Jesus should have known better than to associate with sinners, was their attitude. As we know, Jesus preached about a much different type of God, a God who related to people not with disgust and harsh judgment and condemnation, but with love, acceptance, and kindness. Jesus is known as the Good Shepherd. Being a shepherd was a very difficult job, sometimes demanding that one's life be laid down for a sheep. The hours were long and the tasks were often dangerous. If a sheep was lost, the shepherd at least had to bring home the fleece to show how it had died. It wasn't enough to report that a sheep had wandered away and couldn't be found. If a shepherd was late getting home, the whole community would know that a sheep was missing. When the shepherd finally returned with that lost sheep over his shoulders, there was great joy and thanksgiving that the lost had been found. Jesus told this parable about the lost sheep to teach his listeners what God was like, loving and caring, searching for the lost and those who had gone astray, and then celebrating when they returned. Truly a God of mercy and grace. The parable of the lost coin is very short, just 3 verses. Though just one single coin that the woman had lost, it would have been worth a whole day's wages. So it was important that it was found. The homes then were very dark with only one little window, and the floors were beaten earth covered with reeds and rushes. So the search was not an easy one, but finding that coin was essential because that meant that the family would not go hungry that day. I think this little story reminds us that we are valuable to God. We are not insignificant. We matter. We matter when we are lost or when we lose our way. The outcome is similar to the story of the lost sheep, finding what was lost and then celebrating and rejoicing.